quick. Pan's kind of stuck in a little cul-de-sac here.
It's just going to have to vibe guess it.
Much. I'm guessing. He's
very
going to South
different.
Wales. These are hugely different guesses. Who's going to be closer? It's going to be Moo on it. He's going to take the moving game.
Absolute dominance from Moo in that first game. And again, we probably expected that. I mean, part of the reason, I mentioned Pan, it wouldn't shock me if he goes really far. Part of the reason that he's had a tougher start to the league is because moving has always played first, and moving is definitely his weakest mode. So even though he's maybe great at NMPZ, he's not even getting to the NMPZ in a lot of his matches, which is definitely hurting him. So yeah, now the pressure's on Pan. No moving game. Now he's going to feel a lot more comfortable with this. But again, we saw the guesses from Moo earlier against Fao were absolutely phenomenal. So, this is no easy task for Pan.
Definitely not. Moo has a 50% win rate right now on no move, and Pan has a 46. But Pan does have a 75% win rate on NMPZ, so he does really want to make it there.
Yep, that's the thing. I think if all the matches played all 3 games, I think Pan would probably be better in the standings right now. These guesses are pretty different, by the way. They're both in Greece. Worth noting, Pan is, in fact, Greek. But he's pretty far northwest. He's even thinking about Croatia here.
Wow. Keeps it there. It's going to be an island. Pan's going to be a little closer.
Yeah, so I guess Pan had the sort of Ionian vibe there. I don't think Moo will be too disappointed about that. It is Greece after all. But, yeah, again, the tough part for Pan is getting to that NMPZ game. He's definitely had a few 2-0 losses. So he wants to avoid that above all. But again, Moo, one of the toughest players to come up against, especially given his current run of form. Maybe a wave? No wave.
No wave. Is that close enough? That's got to be the question, right?
It's pretty close, but I think we can forgive them on this occasion.
I think we can forgive them too. I agree. Round 3.
Wow.
Argentina here.
Yep.
By the looks of it, very far south, I would assume.
Middle of nowhere. Yeah, very little vegetation. I do like the idea of going very, very far south here. The more south you get, the shorter the plants and smaller the plants get. So both of them in the southern part of Santa Cruz province, maybe trying to line up a small road.
Yeah, they're trying if they can, but I believe there's quite a few dirt roads that are pretty north-south in the south of Argentina, generally speaking, so we'll see if they can actually line anything up or not, with only 10 seconds left now.
I would be very impressed if either of them actually gets the road here.
Agreed.
Oh, Moose switching to the north of Santa Cruz. Just gonna stick with it.
It's gonna be Pan closer. Moo was considering going down near Rio Gallegos, but he did not keep it there. He moved up farther north. Pan now holding a flawless versus Moo's 3,500 health. A little bit of a flip there from the way our moving game started.
Yep. And honestly, that might be the biggest mistake Moo has made so far, which is an insane thing to say because he was in the right province in Argentina, but his guesses have been so accurate so far, it's hard to find any flaws in his gameplay.
Both players in Sicily here, round 4. It is going to be there. It is going to be Pan closer. He's going to deal a bit of damage, but both players very close.
This is how Pan needs to play if he wants to win this game and take it to the NMPZ. His guesses have been so accurate so far. But what is this? Is this US or is it Canada? I guess it's probably US. But
I could also see it being like a weird Saskatchewan. Yeah, Pan's going there and locking it in too. Actually, who's following suit? It is just a Saskatchewan border. Pan still closer. Still chipping away damage to Moo's health, but Moo looking calm, looking composed, ready to go.
Round 6 of the no move. Bit of a tricky one here. Not a lot to go off of. We have a wooden pole. I do like Philippines. I mean, sort of tropical looking vegetation. We've got some banana plants in the white car. Those would all fit for the Philippines. So I do like Moo's guess. Currently he's very far north within Luzon. Pan yet to show us what he's thinking here.
Moo
Could
has
even
put
be
on
some
the pressure.
weird Indonesia in theory.
Yeah, it could be. We'll see. He is thinking Philippines too. He's going Luzon, but South Luzon. Moo is on it. That's going to be a good comeback for Moo. Big damage. Now Moo has a huge lead compared to Pan South. Pan not happy about that, shaking his head on the cam.
That is an insane guess. I don't know if it's something about the vegetation or maybe there's more Gen 3 coverage in that area of Luzon. I don't know, but Pan is on the correct island in the Philippines and he's still lost over 4,500 points.
Unreal. Those multis deal serious damage. 4 times on this one's not going to do much because they're both so close. That's 72 points down to Pan South. We're going to go to round 8. The multi is now going to be 4.5 times damage. This is going to be big.
Pan now on the ropes, but again, with the damage this high, it's probably just going to come down to one round. Like in this one, will the players get the country correct? That's the main question. Moo sending France and going quickly. We'll see what Pan does. He's also going France, but his guess is a bit different, I think.
Wow.
It's between them.
Between them, Pan is a little bit closer. 981 damage. We're closer to even on the points here, but Moo still does have the lead right now.
Pan with 2 rounds left. He knows he has to win this no-moving game. We've got... What do we have here? Is this a South Africa?
Should be South Africa here. Left side drive, Gen 4, center white line. Got an antenna on the blue Gen 4 car. Like it. It's a green area though. So we do have Moo kind of going south coast, which makes sense for green.
Yeah, he's thinking downtown Quebec for the moment. And then, oh, we've got Pretoria from Pan.
Wow.
Totally different.
Very different. Round 9 with 5 times damage. If they keep their guesses here, this is probably going to be the game.
Most likely, yeah.
3 seconds left, and it is Pretoria! Pan is going to take the no-move game. We're going to get at MPZ.
It's always Pretoria.
Always
oh my
Pretoria.
Gosh. The immortal hedge. Great guess from Pan. I mean, of course, the area where Moo is often quite mountainous, but like downtown in a city like that, it was a pretty urban area. I could totally have seen Moo being correct there as well. So really just a tough one, kind of a coin flip, if anything. And Pan kept his composure. He takes the no move, and we get the tiebreaker.
Now we're on no move, panning or zooming, guys. One still singular image. That's all the players get. This is our image for round 1. Moo's thinking Turkey, and he's thinking southeast. I do like it. Could definitely make sense. Pan still debating everything he can. Both players have now secured at least 1 point to their world ranking. But who's going to get that third possible point? It's going to be decided right here, right now. Both in Turkey, Pan west, and east.
Yeah, it's just north. Pretty similar distances there.
24 points to start us off.
Wow, kind of crazy. I wouldn't have gone north there either. So dry. I think of the north as often being much more sort of green and lush, so yeah, definitely a really tricky round.
In round 2, the insta guesses in Finland move closer. Now some actual damage dealt.
Learned his lesson. Southwest Finland. He had that round against Fao where Fao was more southwest than him. He was like, all right, not making that mistake again.
Definitely not. Round 3, a harder one now. Looks like Gen 4 Google coverage, and it looks European, but that's kind of about it at this point.
Yeah, Sweden, huh? Yeah, I could see it. I mean, I'd imagine it's Europe, but this is really tricky. Getting the country is going to be hard for both players here. Moo, fairly confident send in Sweden.
Wow, it's Norway. Moo's going to be closer in Sweden. That's big damage. Pan's going to be happy that was only on a round 3.
Yeah, that sort of open field vibe is very... I mean, you get a lot of that in more Central Europe, so I totally understand why Pan went there. But I think it was just kind of the general vegetation that made Moo go a bit further north, and it ended up being a great guess.
Round 4, all we get is this desert, and they both go guitar, and Pan is getting a 4991 on that NMPZ. What a guess.
What a guess. Again, both players getting the country, so never going to mean too much in a small country like that, but still an amazing guess from Pan to break Moo's flawless.
Round 5 now. 3 times damage. Pan really wants a comeback. He broke the flawless. Now he needs to actually deal some real damage here.
Is this in Indonesia? Yeah, I mean, we have oil palms in the distance, which very common in Sumatra. Also in West Kalimantan, you find a fair few of them. That's currently where Pan's pin is. I could definitely see either of those being correct. Again, Sumatra is you get the most palm oil production, but realistically it happens in most areas of the country, so still a really tough round. Moo just taking his time thinking about this one. He's also in West Cali.
Yeah, they're both right there with each other. 5 seconds left on the clock now. Both right next to each other. We really shouldn't see too many points here. It is just going to be Sumatra. Moo actually last second switched to doing a little swimming, and that actually will pay off for him. It's going to deal 400 damage there. Pan now on 1,090 health. Moo pretty close to full. This is looking like Moo's game, but the multis are racking up now. It's 3.5 times damage, round 6. Pan could make a comeback if Moo makes a blunder. We'll see. We have some oil palms here, by the looks of it, as well as some other different types of palms. So, could be a Indonesia, could be a Malaysia. What are your thoughts, Jake?
This is tricky. I mean, I could see, yeah, I guess a couple of these probably are oil palms as well, but there's some weird tall ones too.
Yeah.
This one I'm honestly more confused on the vibe on this one. I think Sumatra's a good default guess, but...
Yeah, both players there. But Moo farther south. He's gonna kind of keep it in Jambi. I think Pan was in Riau.
Yep.
Yeah, he was. Keeps him alive. Gonna deal a little bit of damage there. 1,600 health down from Moo's health, but Moo still a very big lead.
Yep. That one ended up being... I don't know if it was North Sumatra or even Aceh, but yeah. Really, really tough, but very Sumatra-like vegetation with all those palms. Both players... Looks like they instantly went for Western Germany, which is interesting because I'm not even sure what it is that gives that away. Oh, there's a white sticker on the signpost, which I think is a Germany thing. But 4.
4. Wow. Just gonna go to the next round off that. Both players really far west of the actual location. Round 8. This is what we get. Got a Russia here from Moo. I like it.
I really like South Chelyabinsk. You get a lot of sort of super flat, dryish landscapes there. We can't see the car, but honestly, I really like the guess from Moo. Yep, Pan also going Chelyabinsk, but if it's south, Moo could still win.
Wow, yeah. It is going to be south. It is going to be Moo closer, and he's going to take NMPZ. What a great matchup.
Yep. Moo in the right, or Pan in the right oblast there, and he still loses. But again, Moo's guesses all throughout there were just phenomenal. There was that one round that won Pan the no moving. It was a great guess from him. But honestly, apart from that, there was almost nothing that Moo gave Pan anything on. He was so consistent, so close all the time. Also in his match against Fao. So yeah, a couple of really deserved wins, I think, there for Moo.
Yeah, really impressive stuff. Moo does have another match later today that will be off stream, so we'll see if he can continue this win streak for the day. But a really exciting match we got to see there against Pan. Let's take a look at the standings here. Sorry, I meant the schedule, and look at what happened off stream. It's going to be, we saw the MK 2-0 over Lenley, and the Moo, the 2-1 over Pan. Off stream, Armani continuing his little tear here, getting another 2-0, this time against Trichter. And Consis Ocean Man as well happened off stream, and Consis won in a 2-0 fashion. And next up, we're gonna have Harry or Foul in the mainstream. That one's gonna be a banger. Here are our standings now. Moo now up in 6th place, and Consis, for the first time ever now, actually, is sitting in 1st place. You can see there our top 3 all have exactly 19 matches played, but the difference is that so far Consis is completely undefeated. He has 52 points. That's unreal.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I mean, he's got 52 points out of a possible 57. He hasn't lost a single match yet. And wow, I think honestly, before this league started, everyone knows how good Consis is. But I think people probably would have predicted Blinky and Radu to be maybe the top 2 in the league. But Consis, so far, outshining even them. Still the only one not to lose a match. And just really amazing start for Consis.
Yeah, really impressive stuff. And guys, this World League is leading up to these majors. That's what they're all trying to get to. We have our dates announced, and we have our locations announced as well, finally. Cannot wait for these events. They're going to be unbelievable. That's what the World League is leading up to this, guys. The top of each region is trying to get to those majors, which will then all, at the end, lead us to the GeoGuessr World Cup 2025 in Copenhagen, Denmark this time. It's going to be really exciting, guys. Go grab some tickets at geoguessr.com/World Cup. Gonna be a great time. We'd love to see you there. But again, still the World League, still more matches to come. We're gonna go to a quick break, and when we come back, it's gonna be Harrier versus Foul. You do not want to miss it.
Dear fans of GeoGuessr, it's time for us to explore the world. Come and support your favorite players as they fight it out in the virtual boxing ring. The prize? A ticket to the World Cup. This year's major locations are Japan, inside the iconic Tokyo Tower. United States at DreamHack Dallas, one of the largest gaming festivals in the world. And finally, Sweden at the newest gaming festival, Glitched, in Jönköping. Go to geoguessr.com/World Cup for more information. We will see you there.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GeoGuessr World League. I'm your host, Bloom, joined by Jake Lyons. Guys, we're walking you through the games. We're having a great time, as always. I love Sundays. We just get to hang out and watch some amazing GeoGuessr. It's such a fun time, and only more fun matches to come. Really excited for what's coming up. Harrier versus Fau is going to be next. Jake, talk to me about that matchup.
I love this matchup. We saw Fau play a little bit earlier today. He took a 2-0 loss against Moo, so definitely going to be looking to get back on track. Harrier started the league off pretty weakly, I would say, but came back and has been so strong since those first few weeks. And I believe he's in the top 12 right now. I want to say he was 12th coming into today. I'm not 100% sure, but Harrier has been amazing. And yeah, it's going to be a great matchup and very, very tightly contested.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good one. You mentioned, Harrier did not really have a great start, but he's been coming back strong. And now he's up against Fau, another player who's not having exactly the start you would like to see from him, but been making a bit of a comeback. He did, however, take that loss earlier today versus his friend Moo. So this should be a good one. This should be really exciting. It should be a really close one. It should be tightly contested.
Yeah, we see very similar stats from both players there. And yeah, we see there also similar places in the standings. Harrier 33 points in 20 matches, Fau 32 in 21. So again, I mean, if that doesn't confirm that this is going to be a close match, I don't know what would. But yeah, I mean, Fau more of a moving player, I would say. So maybe he would have a slight advantage in this first game. But again, all three games, if we get to the third one, that is, I think are going to be very close.
Yeah, agreed. This should be really fun. This should be great. We're going to get right on in. It's going to be Harrier versus Fau. Moving, here we go. Little Bhutan action to start us off.
Yep. There's a little kilometer marker. I don't know if there's anything on there. A couple of small towns. Don't think either of those is very knowable.
It says the SL2.
Right, the SL2, that is knowable. Bhutan has road numbers. The problem is you have to memorize what they are because they're not on the map. And it's a bit difficult to remember which is which. I forget which one the SL2 is. I think it's one of the middle north-south yellow roads. But honestly, can't remember for sure. So both players are sort of in the middle of the country there. I think it is going to be one of the big north-south yellow roads, but we'll see which one. I might be wrong.
Yeah, all good. We'll see. It's gonna be round one.
Yeah,
it's gonna be farther west one. Harrier's gonna be a little bit closer there. 101 points to start us off. Nothing too much to write home about. We're gonna go to round two.
Yeah. Of all the priorities players have of I should memorize this versus that in terms of what's most useful, I think memorizing hidden Bhutanese road numbers is not exactly high on anyone's priority list, to be fair. So
yeah, it's probably pretty low.
Yeah, the rare Bhutan round that you get, you're probably going to be okay if you're just clicking middle. So
yeah, it's small enough. Round two now. Germany by the looks of it. Let's see if the players can find any information. We've got a Hamburg sign here from Harrier.
Yeah, Freie und Hansestadt, that does just mean, yeah, that is that Hamburg. This is not bait or anything. And unfortunately, Fau has Wiemerskamp, which is a lot smaller, so I think we might see Harrier take some damage here. Well, yeah. Fau takes some damage from Harrier.
Yeah. And we do. Harrier, really nice find there. It deals some damage, 597.
Yeah, that was just a... Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that was a case of the players going in opposite directions there. Both finding a sign, but one of them was a little bit more useful than the other. Fau presumably hasn't learned Landkreise. Unfortunately for him, that's what the sign had for him, but for Harrier just said Hamburg, so had a little bit of an easier time, but not too much damage done. And it looks, actually, like we may be back in Germany.
We're so back. So back, Jake.
So back.
See if they can find any helpful signs. If they can find a Kreise. We'll see. Both Both have some information here, but they're just kind of, I don't know if they seem like very helpful signs.
Yeah, no, I didn't see much. I mean, if I can get out of the town, he might be able to find a district on a sign, but it looks like neither player is going to get much. They're just going to have to vibe guess this. Ooh, Harrier a little more south.
Vow's gonna be on it this time. That's gonna break Harrier's flawless health. It's gonna deal 1,000 damage and give Vow a slight lead.
Nicely played by Foul. I'm not sure he had anything specific. He might have just kind of felt like it was around there, so really nice guess if so. And we move on to some South Africa here. Ooh, there's a road number.
Oh, there's one.
Is it N? I can't. It was N13. I couldn't quite see, but
I couldn't really either. Yeah, both are on
N11 might have been, or is it 13? Yeah. I think
Yeah,
it's
both are
slightly
on it, trying to
different
line it up.
areas, but those blue kilometer markers you see along the side of the road all the time, they do have the road number. So that's what both players saw there. Foul gonna stick with his northern guess, and he is on
And
it.
he's on it. That's the 4995. Really impressive guess there from Fow. Harrier now in 4100 health.
Yep, and we see that moving prowess from Foul. We saw it against Moo, although, again, of course, Moo is just as good, but Harrier has definitely been getting, it has to be said, Harrier's been getting a lot better at moving recently, and he's been practicing it a lot, but Foul still definitely has a little bit more experience in this mode. Same sign, Savona, that's far northwest. Harrier knows that. Ooh, I'm not sure Foul does.
Oh, wow.
Savona is in
Doesn't seem like
Liguria,
Fow does.
near Genoa. He's close anyway. Okay, he's got there eventually. But yeah, Savona's right there to his southeast. And he's found the roads, so he should be okay.
Yeah, really nice work from Fow there. Really nice stuff, but both players so close. Not too much damage to Harrier's health because he made that very nice guess quickly.
Yep. Took Fow a second to get there, but he composed himself and found the towns on those signs. Made a great guess. So round 6 in Colombia. Oh my gosh. What does it say? So there's license plates on the sides of commercial vehicles in Colombia. Often have city names written on them. I think that one might have, but he might not have known what it was, so he's going to keep moving for now.
Fow now opting to open the map.
Ooh, those things too. It's hard to read that one. Can he get a clear view?
Oh,
Because those kilometer markers have road numbers on them. But it's so hard to read that one.
yeah, that one looks really hard to read.
So Harrier doesn't look super confident about it. Again, both players with like little pieces of info, but I'm not sure if either of them feels very good about where they are right now. Fow is... Oh, he's going east of the Andes. This is a huge difference.
This is really big. Harrier's right there on it. The hype and the excitement from him as he takes the moving game on round 6.
That is a huge win for Harrier. Again, of all 3 modes, I think moving is the one where Harrier probably expected to be, well, not the favorite. So the fact that he was able to win that game in particular is massive for him. And Fow, he's now 0-3 in his games today. And yeah, he's got to lock in here because Harrier, such a fantastic no-moving player. This is definitely a tough task ahead of Fow.
See what he can do here. We're on round 1, no move. 1 360 panorama. You can zoom, you can pan, but you cannot move up and down the road. Harrier, Barranquilla, in Colombia. He's moving it up even farther north, Santa Maria.
Yeah, we don't see much here. It's just an urban environment. Big cola. Not particularly helpful, but
Not
both players
particularly
have the north vibe. Yeah, Harrier, like you said, a little further north, Santa Marta. He's thinking about going more south, but looks like he'll stick with Santa Marta. Yeah, wow.
And it is there.
What a guess.
Unreal guess from Harrier to start us off.
That is
Great
an insane
way to
guess.
start.
I don't know I don't know how he knew, because like Santa Marta, I mean, it has a lot of mountains in the area, but we didn't really see a lot of mountains around, as far as I could tell. So that's really impressive that he picked up on the vibe there. So it looks like Botswana. We've got yellow outer lines, white center lines, which you see all across southern Africa. And the sort of dry Gen 3 coverage with the yellow backplate on that pickup truck over there is very typical for Botswana.
Fowl considering the capital Gaborone, but also has his pin there, but then is zoomed in north up in Saroe.
Yeah, Harrier going Gaborone for now, but again, both players not sure. Considering a few different places, they might both just go for the safe guess. Gaborone, Fowl thinking, does he switch to Palapie? We'll see. They're gonna stick with it.
It is going to be a little farther north there. Fowl will be a little closer, but it's really not too much. We're going to go to round 3.
Almost nothing so far to separate these players in the no-moving game. This... is this like a Sweden or a Finland, maybe? Harry thinking Finland, Fowl thinking Sweden, Harry switching to Sweden. I mean, it's hilly, so Sweden is often more likely with this kind of elevation, but you never know. You do, of course, get some hills in Finland. Harrier now is just in the water, and he's going to send it.
Doing a little swimming. We do a little swimming. 10 seconds on the clock now for Fowl. He's keeping it where it is. Kind of central Sweden. I do like it. Makes sense. We'll see what happens. He leaves it there, and Harrier's going to be closer in the water. Both players laughing about that.
You gotta love it. Oh, man. Right in the middle of the Gulf, and he's about as close as he could have been, given that he was guessing in the middle of the water. So, yeah.
Ooh, round 4 now.
Is this
2.5
the
times damage. I think it is the Yukon.
or Alaska? It's probably... Yeah, I would think the Yukon, but...
Yeah, Alaska definitely possible too. But yeah, Fowl going the Yukon. Going far south in the Yukon too, just Swift River on the 1.
Again, I would not ever doubt Fow's abilities in Canada. If he thinks it's a certain road, it's probably that road. See if he's able to line this up. Harrier's considering Alaska. But again, if Fow thinks it's Canada, it's probably Canada.
Yeah. Hard to doubt him there. 10 seconds left now. Harrier, the pressure is on, and he seems like he's still considering things, but he's keeping it in the Yukon, even though he was zoomed into Alaska.
Fow is on the 5K, but we'll see.
It's possible, and it is. With the 4999. Huge damage to Harrier's health there. What a guess from Fow.
Fow in Canada is a menace. He is the last guy you want to be playing against. Harrier is going to hope for some other countries in these coming rounds. Bit of Norway here. Norway, one of the toughest countries to region guess. It can be so difficult sometimes to tell the north from the south. So
yes, this could be a hard one.
Me if we get some shake up here.
Yeah, no real tall trees, so I like the north.
I agree. I think it makes sense, but I've seen random stuff like this that somehow is like downtown Bergen, but yeah. They are both going north. So, he's thinking about it. He's thinking
just as you said
Bergen.
it. But he keeps it north.